you all for being here today. Today we're going to have the open lesson of the Hardware Software Codesign Academy. This is the first edition of the Academy that we are running with the career service of Politecnico di Milano in collaboration with the NECST. It's my pleasure to introduce our first corporate, Accenture. We're going to have Matteo Garattini and Marco Oliveri, who is going to present and introduce the first talk for today. So Marco, please, you can share your screen and give the talk.
Yes, perfect. Thanks, Professor. Let me know when you are able to see the screen.
It's fine.
Okay, perfect. This is Marco Oliveri. Within Accenture, I'm responsible for the embedded software capability in Industry X. During this presentation, I will give you an overview on what are the main topics and the main activities that we are doing in Accenture as a global company, with a special focus in what we usually do in the day-by-day activities in Industry X services, focusing on engineering and manufacturing activities. And at the end, I will give you an example of project that we are doing for an important client in the automotive sector, so you can have a better understanding in what are the activities that you will do in Accenture if you join us as part of your career. Let me start with a simple overview of what is our mission, basically. Accenture has a promise to give to our client, our people, and our entire community, and to the entire community, a mission to create a 3600 values. So this is 3600 value is a very important areas, very important mindset that we as Accenture have in front of our client, our people, and in front of our community. This is basically our promises that we have in front of the clients, people, and community. Just to give you some numbers, we as quoted since 2021 in New York City, more than 700,000 professionals all over the world. We are making business in more than 120 countries. Focusing in Italy, we have more than 10 innovation centers in Italy, in Turin, in Milan. We will see later what we are doing these innovation centers. We have more than 20,000 professionals working across 5 main cities. Milan is the most important, the biggest office. Then we have Rome, Turin, Naples, Cagliari, and many more small offices. According with our business, we provide to our clients a broad of services that space the span from strategy and consulting to the operation. Giving more details, within the strategy consulting services, we provide to our client help in define their strategy. Strategies that can be about technology strategy, engineering strategy, manufacturing strategies, but also IT strategies and process strategies. So we embrace 3600 approach also to the strategic to help our client to define their strategies. In the technologies services, we build the technologies that implement the strategies we have defined with the most innovative technologies. We are partnered with the most important, with the MAG, with the most important cloud provider to provide the cloud-based solution. We are working in approach security at 3600 degrees, from design. Security by design is one of the main philosophy that we focus to till the production, where the things that are designed, built, are going live and maintained through the operation. Industry X will focus in the second part of the presentation. As anticipated, we focus in the engineering and manufacturing stuff. In the operation, within the operational services, we help our client to enhance, speed up the management of the entire operational business process. And finally, with the song services, we help our client in reimagining the user experience and the experience that they are providing to the final customer. Song is our media agency in which we are exploring opportunities in the metaverso, in the extreme reality, augmented reality, and so on. So as you can see, we have a full set of services that span from the strategy services in which we define what is the best option, what is the best strategy for growing in different areas, to build this capability, to operate this capability, and finally to enhance the way this capability are reaching the final customer. These services are provided across different industries. We have expertise in more than 40 industries that are usually grouped in basically in five groups. We call it client service group. The first one is communication media technologies, where we work with the telco companies. We talk with communication and media companies. We work on the high-tech companies. For example, in this academy, there is also STMech Electronics. STMech Electronics is one of our clients in the media and communication client service group. With financial services, we work with clients in the banking, in the insurance, and the capital markets areas. In the products client service group, we work with companies that are focused to build products. Product could be an automotive, could be a train, product could be, but also a consumer durable. We have also ARISTON in this academy, and ARISTON is one of our clients in the products client service group. But also travel, mobility, life sciences are industry where we focus on. Health and public services, we focus in biomedical and public sector. And finally, resources, where we help our client in chemical and natural resources, energies, and utilities area. So as you can see, we have a business that span from all the possible industry in the possible industry group in these five groups. I'm ending this presentation, general presentation about Accenture, with a very important achievement. We have classified us in the second rate as a top employee certification in 2023. We have the same achievement also in the past years. So this is a very important for us. We are very proud of this ranking, because as I can say, as I said, we focus to create values not only for our client, but also for the people that are working in Accenture, and also for the entire community, leveraging on sustainability topics. Moving on, I'm part of Industry X services, which focus is help our client in completing reimagining the products they make and how to make them using power of data and digitalization. So we moving from a vision in which the digital is the center of the of all a product, in reimagining how completely reimagining how our company can build a product. Let me go in some examples so I can better clarify what we are doing within Industry X. our activity is split in two main areas. The first one is the engineering. The second one is the manufacturing. In the engineering, we help our client to make the product intelligent with the power of software. We are talking about now we are talking about software-defined vehicles. We'll see some example later. We are talking about software-defined objects, intelligent smartwatch, because we are able to embed intelligence and artificial intelligence, machine learning, and with the new technology, also generative AI directly on the product. So the products are becoming intelligent because they are able to react to the external world without interconnection with an external platform. So they are building intelligence itself within the products, leveraging on new technologies and reducing the dependence from external platform or external software that can delay the decision that is taken. Usually, we help our client in define the right hardware solution to implement and build the better software to accelerate the build of scalable platform to have a more sustainable business, reducing basically the return of investment of a new products, or reducing the TCO, the total cost of ownership of a product, and improving the time to market for specific products. I will give you some later on in the presentation, some real example on how we helped a client in the automotive sector in reimagining completely their products. They are building trucks and make the product software defined. It's embedded intelligence directly on the vehicle. On the manufacturer side, we work with machine manufacturer or with companies that with the manufacturing department of companies to help them in reimagining their operation to be more efficient, to more safety, and to increase the efficiency of the production line. The OEE is the most important parameter that we measure, and the increase of the OEE is the main target that we do with innovative technologies in reimagining the process. And for example, the usage of 5G technologies in a plant helps in increase the connectivity and make some decision and some process more efficiency. The digital twin of some part of the plant or the entire plant of starting from the machine is one of the important technologies that we are building to have a virtual representation of a plant and predict what could be a possible issue in order to maintain the line up running the most time possible and increase the OE, let's say. Some technologies that are behind our offering are listed in that slide. Power of data. Data are basically everywhere. Every object is equipped with a sensor. It could be a machine, industrial machine, it could be a vehicle, could be a connected ship, and so on. That helps in collecting this data. The usage of the data is fundamental to build a digital twin of this object and then apply algorithm of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and generative AI. This is the most innovative technology that we are building in several use cases. With the usage of this capability, we help the efficiency of the business process itself. The edge computing is now part of everyday business, both in the engineering and the manufacturing plant. The more is the hardware capable, the more we can build logic from a centralized cloud platform through the edge. It means that you can apply logic, you can apply the intelligence near the source of data. We already discussed about the 5G connection that can make all the process smarter, can enable the transfer of data and enable more use cases. Cloud platform is at the basis of all business, because they are providing also solution to transfer some logic from the centralized platform to the edge, and at least directly to the sensors. All cloud providers are building and are improving their edge solution that are able to transfer, to make the edge and the field, let's say, more intelligent and more powerful. Cybersecurity is the best, is, let's say, it's a mandatory feature that every product should have. We start to think about in the design, to security in the design phases. The products are secure by design, and then at the end, in the last phases of the product, we perform different assessment to verify and to prevent any cyber attack when the product is in the field. Let me go quickly about our networking. We are partner of a lot of providers, both in the engineering and the manufacturing, to have a extended ecosystem that help us in be very effective in build a solution leveraging on most innovative technology and a wide range of partners. Let me also quick explain that we have a lot of innovation center. When we meet our client, we understand kind of problem, and we work together with them to define the best the best solution for the client problems. Putting the client at the center of his experience in one of our core values. We focus in understand the client problem and using innovative technology, using ecosystem, and so on, we build together the best solution for their problem. Let me give you some practical example in order to understand what you can do with Accenture if you want to join us after your academic career. This is a very effective example in what we are doing in the automotive space. We helped the Iveco, we are helping because it is a multi-year initiative in changing their mindset from building products. In this specific case, the product is a truck, EV truck, bus, or light commercial vehicles, to think about how they can reimagine these products and have improved the product with the digital services. Accenture Iveco have built established this 5-year initiative, is a public reference, and we established a digital service factory. The goal of this digital service factory is ideate new digital service. I give you some example in a couple of seconds. Build these, implement these services, both on vehicle, on the platform, on the integration stuff, on the networking, and so on, and deploy these services to the final customer, that is the drivers or the fleet manager, and then maintain across the year. Because with the innovative technology on the over the air, we can improve the functionality of a vehicle, even if the vehicle has been already sold, it is already in the field. Some of the services that we have delivered are the intelligent fleet management. So the vehicle you can see here in this picture is equipped with many electronic control units, the infotainment system, the telematic box, and then also a microphone that to enhance the user experience. These data are in real time collected by real time electronic control unit and transferred to the cloud platform. In the cloud platform, you can apply artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to define what is the behavior of the fleet, what is the main KPI of the fleet that the fleet is performing. For example, what is the overall consumption of fuel consumption and energy consumption of the field, and how it can be optimized to have to maximize the efficiency of the entire fleet. What is the CO2 that the fleet is emitting, and how the fleet manager can improve the logistic to have a more sustainable business. Also, the fleet manager can interact directly with the vehicle, sending the command in real time. We can start, stop the charging, the energy charging. We can apply some action directly to the platform, to the vehicle, with a real-time connection between the platform and the electronic control unit in real time. We also have enhanced the driver user experience. With introducing Alexa Echo Dot directly in the cabin. This Echo Dot with the automotive specification, automotive range, enabled a new way of interacting, because the driver can use the Alexa functionality directly while he is driving, not only for normal consumer use cases, but also with specific use cases that are built specifically for Iveco. For example, how to reach the destination, optimizing the route according with the state of charge of the battery. This is a specific use case that is built on vehicle with the usage of artificial intelligence and generative AI directly on the vehicle. Also, the fleet manager is receiving periodically a smart report and can with also tips and instruction on he can optimize their business. We have recently extended all the standard mobility services with the new e-mobility services. Iveco has launched last year the electric daily. It is going to launch a new also truck completely electric, in which we have built electric e-mobility services directly extending our portfolio. For example, the smart routing, the energy usage monitoring. Other example of services are the over-the-air in-vehicle update. You can imagine that as soon as the vehicle is sold, it's starting to transmit real-time data. These data are used by engineering department to improve the some functionality of all the electronic control unit on the vehicle, not only the telematic one or the infotainment, but also the body computer or the sensors, the electronic control units that are reading the sensor across inside the vehicle. With a secure over-the-air mechanism, we can update all the software inside the vehicle, most of the software inside the vehicle, directly remotely. And this is very important because it has reduced drastically the cost of maintenance that Iveco spends for the workshop visit. With the over-the-air update, we reduced the workshop visit because the fleet manager can update the software inside the vehicle when the vehicle is not moving. So it gives to the fleet manager the completely possibility to optimize the vehicle uptime. This is a very, very important because the feature that they implemented has a very important reduction of the operational services in the workshop. And finally, another example of services that we have built is services to enhance the driver experience, like a fidelity program in which we correlate telematics KPI with driving style evaluation, real-time drive style evaluation to give some rewards to the drivers that optimize the KPI. KPI could be CO2 emission or fuel consumption, energy consumption. So the drivers that reach their mission reducing some of these KPI receive our rewards that they can collect directly from a store. For sure, these very innovative services has been built using innovative technologies. From the electronic control unit that are built with the real-time operating system that are connected through the AWS cloud, through the IoT gateway functionality, which we can establish real-time communication for the telematics from telematics data that are collected from the vehicle and sent to the cloud, to the other way around, where the telematics, the commands are sent from the platform to the vehicle. All the cloud platform is built on using microservice technologies, but we also build a Azure DevOps pipeline to have a continuous integration and continuous deploy from end-to-end perspective, not only to the cloud, that is, let's say, very now is normal to have a continuous integration, continuous deploy pipeline on the cloud, but only to the software that is embedded on the vehicle. So developers can with a simple operation test the complete software that it has developed with a simple CI/CD toolchain that is able to deploy the software on the cloud and on the vehicle at the same time. Now time is finished, but I don't. I would only underline that we work in this project, we build a very a real digital service factory. We have people that sit down with the client and define the strategy of the digital services. They think about what are the most innovative digital services, starting from the market trends and starting from the real client issues. Then we have the second part of the chain in which we sit down together and we design these and plan these services according with the scaled agile framework. We work on agile methodology in a scaled approach. We are more than, just to give you an example, more than 40 people that are working in designing and building this operating system, these digital services. Then the services is built, is developed and deployed on the vehicle and on the cloud. And we perform different level of testing, from the integration testing to the system tests, finally to the user acceptance directly with the final customer. And finally, we operate this system across the years. So we in real time, we verify if there is some issues in the system, or if there is some critical situation in the fleet that is in the vehicle, and we immediately call and interact with the fleet manager to explain what is the problem that using the telematic we are able to detect and help the customer is fleet manager or the driver, to solve this issue. So this is a very important, very very comprehensive example of a project in Accenture, and we start from the business and strategical design. We implement the system and we maintain across over the year. For sure, we have some other clients, some other projects that are the same approach. This is just one in the automotive sector. We have different, the same approach in the consumer durables, in the aerospace and defense, in the railways, in the manufacturing areas. I think my time, I guess my time is finished. I want to thank you for this opportunity to explain the interesting stuff that we make at Accenture Industries, and let's connect in the final part for the question and answer that you have.
So I'd like to thank you, our first speaker, Marco Oliveri from Accenture. We are now going to have another 30 minutes talk from our second corporate joining our Hardware Software Codesign Academy, ARISTON Group. We do have here today Angelika. I'm sorry if the pronunciation of the name are not going to be correct. Angelika Makochon, HR General.
Makochon. Or Makochon, okay. In Italy, it's easier.
HR Generalist for Business Units, Innovation and Technology. Michele Corinaldesi, Software R&D Senior Manager, and Eleonora Vecchioni, Software Project Manager. So I'm going to give you the Zoom,
okay.
And you can share your screen.
Thank you very much. Let me, okay. I'm sharing the presentation. Just give me a confirmation that you see it. Okay. Do you see it full screen?
No, yeah. Just the PowerPoint. I think you have to go. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Now it's working. Right. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. As Marco anticipated, I'm Angelika Makochon, part of HR team since 1.5 years in ARISTON. Together with me today, we have also my colleague from the talent acquisition, Monica Redolfi, and Michele, Eleonora, colleagues from the electronics division that will support eventually any need from your side regarding questions, curiosities you may have. So coming back to some information regarding ARISTON, I refresh some topics that were already shared during our kickoff. So who is ARISTON? Many of you probably knows the company, a historical Italian company, now already international company that developed throughout the years. We are approaching now 100 years of activity on global market, and as a company we are known as a company working on with thermal comfort solutions, caring a lot of the energy efficiency, so heading for the energy efficiency solutions and services for our clients. Just to go on quicker on this first part, and then I will slow down on topics regarding open positions, opportunities, how to join the company, how to develop and grow within the company. So just a few insights on the numbers. We are now approximately 10,000 employees around the world, with the last acquisitions we've made, and the extension of our heat pump division, specifically with some German providers, German company. As you see from the slide, just give me a second because I need to close. Okay, there we know. As you see on this slide, we are present in 28 production sites, 28 production sites that are of course linked together with our presence from the R&D point of view. Our R&D experts are directly involved. They are close to the production and to the production plant, generally speaking. The company is present in 43 countries with offices with our representatives in terms of sales and marketing mainly, apart from the almost 30 countries where we produce our products. As for our products, as you see here below, thermal comfort mean so include a wide range of finished goods, finished products that we deliver to our clients. Apart from that, we have also our Thermovat division working on components based in Italy, based also in China, components that are produced based on internal needs, but also commercialized externally to other clients, and then also the burners division. Generally speaking, I would like to refresh quickly what Giacomo Fiocchi already shared during our first meeting. As you already know, you heard, the electronics division within ARISTON is an internal technical area that developed throughout the years. It's a division that is serving a lot of different products and range of products, as you see here: water heaters, solar boilers, heat pumps, and so on and so on. Keeping and investing internally on this division gives us the possibility to develop our know-how, to reinforce our know-how or acquire new know-how, and retain these capabilities that we created, that we invested on, in order to deliver innovative solutions to respond to our internal needs, in terms also adapting a kind of also flexible approach, and having the possibility to customize as much as possible the solutions that were required or necessary to our products. Going on, I wanted to also here stop for a while here and explain you better. So with this really simple and synthetic slide, how the electronics division is organized. So electronics for us is one of the pillars of innovation and technology, generally speaking. Innovation and technology division, which is a central division serving all product platforms in ARISTON. Electronics internally divide into different areas, obviously, as you can see here in the last line: software design, the hardware design, quality and reliability, testing activities, laboratory activities, then the connectivity and electronics integration. So all these divisions are operating on one side separately, and on the other side, of course, strictly connected based on specific products and then projects that we are following. Most of these divisions are present in Italy, in Arcevia, and some of our colleagues are based also in Milan area, in Cambiago or Agrate. Some of our colleagues, in terms of software, hardware, also quality, are working in the offices that we have in Wuxi, in China. Later on, I will explain more in detail some about the software design, about quality, what are the expectations, what are the kind of technologies or solutions technologies, I would say, methodologies we use within these sectors, what are our basic expectations, while then just to give you a better overview, what electronics integration does and the connectivity. So the connectivity division is a division working and acting with the aim of creating additional, I would say, services and additional added value to our clients, with the aim of creating specific connections and interactions between the devices that ARISTON delivers, and giving a huge added value in terms of also automation and management of the solutions that we provide to our clients. So within, say, domestic environment, but also bigger industrial environments. Then, of course, the electronics division is a part of the electronics team. So the electronics integration division is a part of the electronics team, responsible, so acting as a bridge between product lines and electronics team and the technical colleagues that we have within this division, and they have a huge and really complex role in integrating the solutions that we create. So simply as the words say, so integrating starts with understanding the needs, translating the needs into what we are able to do, what we are able to deliver, then going live with the solution, integrating it on the machine, specifically on the device, testing and understanding if we match the expectation in terms of also marketing expectations and product development expectations. I try to go on. With this slide, we wanted to summarize what are our expectations, generally speaking. What are the, I would say, not exactly expectations, because I understand, and we obviously understand, that you are still at the step of learning, at the step of graduating, probably, maybe continuing with other studies, other courses, and so on. So you are still young and unexperienced. But here in this list, we wanted to summarize somehow the main topics we look at, we analyze, we assess when meeting our candidates. As you see, we divided somehow the hard skills from the soft skills. Both for us are really important. I imagine not only for us, but for all companies. They are really important because apart from the, of course, hard skills that you can learn, there are also many other soft skills that are crucial to succeed. Skills that, of course, you can develop, you can reinforce, you can implement somehow, you can work on, but are really important when you think about interacting with different stakeholders. If you think about working in a multinational context, when you need also to care about, the cultural aspects when interacting with colleagues across the world. So that's why here, going through some details, I start with the hard skills. Then, of course, if there's anything else to add from Michele or Eleonora, feel free to eventually integrate. So discussing with them, we listed a few points regarding technologies we are working with. So starting from programming languages, as you see, MATLAB, C programming, Python. So C mostly used in the embedded and firmware programming. Python is mostly used to develop test automation solutions and algorithms. Going down, we listed also Simulink or model-based design, which is the approach we are implementing and we are using in the last years, I would say, and we want to pursue and reinforce within the team. We are talking about the automation control systems, software testing, generally speaking, software validation at different levels with different kind of complexity. The ESTQB, probably some of you already know, there are some technical courses, specific certifications that people who are interested in developing their, let's say, career, I would say, or at least making some first steps in the professional world can focus on. So ESTQB it's an important certification you can obtain within the testing field. And then going on, I already mentioned the embedded programming, obviously thinking about electronics and the design of electronics on different devices that ARISTON commercialize and distribute. We obviously talk about embedded programming within this area. Before coming obviously to the embedded programming, down on the list, we shared also the point of software architecture and requirements engineering basics. Obviously, we thinking about recruiting or interacting with young new graduate candidates. We are not expecting experience, we are not expecting strong, I would say, awareness on these points. However, it is really an added value if you at least have the basics, the idea, some principles of software architecture or requirements engineering. So that's shortly about hard skills. These are, let's say, main points we are looking for, main, let's say, capabilities we are looking for when opening our positions within this within electronics. But of course, this is not an ended list. So there are also many others. So if you have some other questions from that point of view, I'm happy to answer, to integrate. Additionally to the hard skills, obviously, soft skills are really important. These are topics that in many cases we somehow ignore. So the attitude to work within a team, interact with a team, cooperate with others, or engage other people in our activities, or the ability to solve problems, or also the attitude to face problems or face some stressful things, some stressful situations, and then also the time management, which is in many cases a key topic to manage a workload that in many cases it's different. So compared with university experience, when you may have even less activities, you have some more time, you have the ability, the possibility to schedule your activities in your calendar. And in a professional environment, company environment, you will realize that sometimes this time available is limited, and the deadlines may be really closer than let's say the deadlines you are facing at the university. So that's why also topics regarding time management and organizational skills are topics that we really focus on, and we support our colleagues in developing, in reinforcing. So that's generally speaking about soft skills. And so just to summarize, maybe I just move to the next slide. Just to summarize the kind of positions, kind of roles that we usually open. Thinking about junior professionals, we start with the entry level within the company. The entry level is the specialist level or the junior level. We are used to work with junior professionals starting as new graduate in the company. So that, we are, of course, then planning a lot of specific activities to help them develop, to help them learn, get insight on technical aspects, but also non-technical process and policy aspects that we apply in the company. Thinking about the first entry in the company, what are the possibilities, what are the different options that young professionals or new graduates have. As many of you know, we work a lot with universities in Italy, generally speaking. I would say mostly Milan and Ancona in Marche region. Working with universities, we try to give as much as possible the opportunities to our students to perform their project work or the project thesis project within the company. So we give them the possibility to enter the company, to work with our professionals, work on some research activities that they are interested in. We are then drafting together some activities, some project parts. So that's also the first occasion, I would say, that is a great added value for young professionals to join a company, to start somehow knowing the professional environment, getting also familiar with some policies, procedures, the way of thinking, acting, being, generally speaking. So that's for the project thesis or some collaborations on the project work. On the other side, of course, we are evaluating, as mentioned before, on entry-level positions, new graduates. in some cases who may be interested, there may be also some internship activities or directly hiring opportunities with a permanent employment contract. And once our new joiners are within the team, we are drafting then learning path, and together with our with every single employee, we try to draft also a kind of, generally speaking, a kind of career path. Obviously, it's not something automatic. It depends a lot on the motivation of the single individual joining us. It depends on the performance, on the attitudes, on the interest that this person has. Because as you see here in the right corner of this slide, this is a macro division of ARISTON Group. Just to give you an idea, we have the product management and R&D, and this is the pillar of platforms, product platforms. Then we have the manufacturing division. So this is the pillar responsible for the production. So with the production plants that we have spread across the world in 28 countries, as I mentioned in one of the first slides. Then we have also the division of supply chain, logistics, and procurement, and then the innovation, which is common for all other divisions, and it is separate from product management and R&D. Within innovation, we have the role of and the positions of electronics professionals, whether it will be software, hardware, testing, or connectivity professionals. And as you see, thinking and reasoning on these pillars, the career path may vary a lot, may differentiate based on your expectations and also your interests. So it doesn't mean that you start in electronics and you remain in electronics. Maybe you will be moving to product management, which is a bit more marketing related activity, or R&D, which is closer to the market, closer to product design itself. So let's say that the options are unlimited, I would say. I'm telling that based on 1.5 year experience in the company, and based on what I saw, and also the professionals that I met throughout these few months spent in the company. I think that's all on my side, talking about the positions. So how to get in touch with ARISTON, so where to eventually consult the opportunities, the positions that we have open. So here simply we are sharing the ARISTON Group website, so you can type aristongroup.com and visit our website, learn something more about ARISTON itself, about our history, principles, mission, vision, and consult also the open positions under the tab of career opportunities. You have also there the possibility to apply independently without applying on a specific role. And then the, of course, second huge window that we have on the world and on the external population in terms of candidates is LinkedIn. Many of you probably know LinkedIn. If you don't know it, I strongly invite you to consult that kind of social network. It is a kind of business social network where a lot of individuals of different companies are registered, and you can find also the company profile, you can find our profiles, so me, Angelika, Monica, Michele, or Eleonora, and you can feel free, obviously, to reach out to us, connect with us, and talk directly. I think that's all on my side. Thank you very much. And we are obviously open for any questions, any doubts, any curiosities you may have later on after the last, I think, company presentation.
So I'd like to thank you, Angelika. Makochon, better than before, I hope. Not yet correct, but I'm improving just by saying it. We are at our final speech, not the end of this open class, just the final speech, and then we're going to have a discussion with all the speakers, and obviously we are waiting for questions from the students and interaction because of them. So we do have ST Microelectronics, Marco Bianco, Software Solution Manager, Nicoletta Dinotto, Talent Acquisition and Employer Branding, and Danilo Pietropau, System Research and Application Technical Director. I think Marco is going to give the talk, but I'm not sure.
Nicoletta will start first.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So Zoom is yours.
Thank you. And good morning, good afternoon, everybody. You should see my screen. Please confirm.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just to give you a brief overview of our agenda, I will talk a little bit about the company, and then I will leave the stage to technicals in order to better specify two kind of projects we are working in, and could talk a little more about the technical skills we are searching for in relation to the topics of the academy. So, just a second, because, okay. We are one of the largest semiconductor industry in the world. Globally, we have more than 50,000 employees and more than 90,000 work in R&D. We are proud to be an European, international and global company because our roots are both Italian and French. Last year, we had revenues that amounted to 16,000. Sorry, I have some problem with the screen. And also, we follow the product from the beginning to the end. It means that we research and design and produce our products, and also we go to the market with our sales and technical marketing offices. And we are also active in at the international level, for example, with the Global Compact at the UN and a Responsible Business Alliance, that is a network of companies, private companies. As you can see, you can find us in every continent with a strong presence in Europe, as I told you before. Our motto is life.augmented. It means that we want to be everywhere microelectronics make a positive contribution to people's lives. And nowadays, electronics is almost everywhere, as you know. We address 4 end markets. We are in the automotive, both in the traditional marketing and in the electrification one. In industrial, because we are part of the so-called 4.0 industrial revolution, personal electronics, and everything that is related to communication, equipment, peripherals. So you can truly find ourselves everywhere. And for example, also in smart cities and in your IoT devices, apart from the automotive market and the industrial one I already talked few seconds ago. But what I want to underline is that we are investing a big amount of money in Europe for enlarging our capabilities, because we want to be, we want to compete in the market also in the medium and the long run. So we are increasing our production capabilities in 4 areas that are all in Europe, 2 in France and 2 in Italy, in our 2 main sites. And we have huge products and programs for the future, because we want to be part of a greener future, and we want to be sustainable, and we want to do sustainable business. This is for this reason that we plan to become carbon neutral in 2027. That is the year when we will celebrate our 40th anniversary of ST as we know it nowadays. But going to people. First of all, I would like to briefly share with you our leadership model in relation to the soft skills we are going to search in our candidates, because on the end of hard skills, you are well prepared thanks to your university, thanks to this academy, for example, but soft skills are important as well, and in some cases could be underestimated. We are searching for people with smart thinking. That it means the ability to make decisions and to learn and developing expertise. We want people that are agile in their delivery. It means that we appreciate too much accountability and efficiency while doing everyday work. Engaged people, it is not just relating to team working, but it is something more, that is ability to networking with other groups, other colleagues, and other parts of other stakeholders in general. And then we are searching for people brave and which communicate with conviction. That is what we called bold leadership. Of course, we know that it is almost impossible to develop all these expertise I am showing you at the same time. We know that you are junior profile, but it is just to give you some information, some additional information to what are our values. Then, in Italy, we have more than 12,000 employees, and we have 13 sites. The two biggest ones are one in the north in Agrate in Milan area, probably you could know it, and the other one in Catania. Every one of these two sites has more than 5,000 employees, and we are very proud for it. They are the two areas where we are investing the most. And in both the two sites, there are the fab, what we call fab, that is our manufacturing, where we produce the products that the designer, for example, design. What we are searching for, given for granted that we talk about the soft skills, and we will talk in a second moment about the hard skills we are searching for in a candidate. But just to give you some numbers, some percentages, these are the percentages of students that were, or talents, junior profiles that were hired this year. Of course, we mainly hire people with master's degree, but there are also people with PhD or bachelor degree, who in some cases are continuing the studies. So we hire them just before they get their master's degree. If we split the education by background, academic background, of course, the most important part come from an academic background in electronics engineering. We are approaching 35% of the total, but please consider that we are interested in all the fields that are related to the so-called STEAM, STEM academic background. So everything is scientific. We are looking for it just because we produce, design, sell our products. So we are a very complex company, and there's space for everyone in very different fields, from the mechanical area to the biomedical one to the IT, for example. And maybe we can talk a little more about it. This slide is to give you an overview, but it is just an overview on what are the profiles, the job profiles which are strictly connected, for example, to the skills that you acquired in this academy. And first of all, we have some requirements, challenges and problems that comes from outside, from our former products or for our marketing offices, for example. And then we need to develop something in order to respond to these requirements and to deliver a new product on the market. So we have very different figures that interact on their own. For example, the R&D who search for new materials, new technologies, new approaches, who collaborates in strict contact with professionals in the area. For example, you should know Marco, and you work with him. He is very active in the field of sensors, and sensors that can be integrated in devices for IoT, also, for example, smart bands and so on and so forth. So biomedical engineer could be very active in this part, in this kind of group, in order to give their feedback, their impressions, and to share the peculiarities of their studies. Some other example, for example, if we are working on a device that has some mechanical aspects, maybe we can count on automation engineer. Or if we are working on antennas or telecommunications field, more in general, we could be interested in people that are experts in the RF field. So it is not one project, one process, and we have very different professionals collaborating in the area. Then we have system engineers and application engineering who specifically work in the partitioning side that you probably have the chance to see in the lab, for example. And of course, they work in strict contact with designers, analog designers, digital designers, mixed signals, because they are creating a complex device. It depends, of course, on the kind of challenge, but in several cases, they work together because components are integrated. Then we have verification engineering, which, for example, are very active in the digital verification, and they check the feasibility and the availability of the information and the structure created by the profile that I already talked about. Then we start to physically implementing what we created and we designed it. And also there is the profile of the validation engineer who validate the device starting also from silicon. So this is just to give you some insights of what are different roles. For example, there are some other profiles that interact, technical profiles that interact in this process. For example, the product test engineers who test the devices, the technical marketing who take information in the market with the customer and transfer them to their colleague. But at the end of this flow, we will deliver a final product in the market to a specific customer or to the market more in general. And of course, we will have some feedbacks from the market and from this specific product that create new challenges, new requirements, new problems, and then the loops start again or continue to work. You can apply to our opportunities. You can also do internships and PhDs in ST. Consider, please, that both the two technicians that you will listen in few minutes have open position for a stage in ST Agrate. We provide, of course, compensation and benefits that are reimbursement and also the canteen, company buses for joining and for reaching the company. Generally speaking, an internship could last from 6 to 12 months, and you will work in very challenging projects. Of course, we have job opportunities. You can see our website. We publish something in our university boards, in your university boards, and we publish solution also on LinkedIn, and we participate in recruiting events. Just to say that this is the QR code that you can use to have a look at our webpage for career management. We are searching for future starters that are talents who will collaborate with us in to shape a future that we want to be smarter, greener, and more sustainable. Also, as we received the certification called Top Employer. It is the second year, and in France, for example, is the third year. Just to show you that we are international, recognized by third parties, that we have a strong focus on everything is related also to employees' lives and well-being. In this QR code, you can also leave us your contacts, and we can keep you informed and updated about our events. You can also write us an email. I put my name and the name of Milena Obradovic, who is responsible for internships in the Agrate site and in general in the northern area. So you can also write us if you have an idea, a project, a thesis project, and then we could try to support you to implement it. So thank you for your attention. I will leave the word to Danilo Pau, which will talk about his specific area, his specific project. I don't know if Danilo is in the meeting.
No,
Okay.
he is not.
Okay.
Okay, no problem, Nicoletta. If you can share the slides, I
Yes,
can go
I
with
will
my
continue.
section.
Yes.
Okay, so hello everyone. So my name is Marco Bianco, and in ST, I'm a member of the MEMS subgroup. So that subgroup that takes care of the devices based on the MEMS technology. So in my short session, I would like to introduce you our subgroup, what we do, and in particular what my group or my team does. Personally, okay, I lead the software development team, which is based in the Milan area, and we support our customer with a software solution for our MEMS devices. So next slide, Nicoletta. Okay, so no, Nicoletta.
Yes, sorry, I have...
Yes, this one? Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, so in the MEMSA group, we are around 600 people. So as Nicoletta mentioned, so we take care of many different aspects. And so really we, let's say, actually we take care of all the aspects related to the design and production of our devices. So for sure we have our designers for hardware designers and software. So, and the part is related to product development. Then we move to product industrialization, where we have our test and validation engineers, of course. Then we have marketing, which supports the promotion of our devices, define the roadmaps, and collect feedbacks and requirements from our customers and support our business with them. And finally, of course, applications. So we also support our customer in developing their final applications. In our portfolio, we have both MEMS sensor and actuators. And for MEMS sensor, for example, we have a sensor which are motion sensor like accelerometer, gyroscopes, or combination of those, magnetometers. But also we have environmental sensor like pressure sensor, temperature sensor, humidity sensor, and so on. So we have delivered in the last 20 years more than 27 billion on MEMS sensor devices. So I think you already get in touch with some of those. Okay, next slides. In the last period, we are focusing on new technology devices. Okay, and in particular, we have, for example, the new technologies which are machine learning core for instant machine, but also SPU. These were part of the laboratory session we did with the students, where we basically experienced the possibility through this new technology of integrating advanced computing capabilities, so advanced algorithms inside the sensor itself. And this is what, as I said, we saw also in the academy, but we also have new technologies which allows, for example, having inside our sensor in combination with, for example, the motion sensor, also a vertical analog front end, which can be used for specific applications like electroneurography or ECG and so on. So new technology we are working on, and we are interested in working also in research activities on these new technologies. And finally, we have a new technology, which is the thermal MOS, so the TMOS, which allowed us enabling a new family of sensors for biometrics and presence detection. Okay, next slide. So talking about specifically what my team does as a software team. So we are in charge of the previous one, possible. Okay, as I said, we are really end-to-end also on the software side. So ranging from the MEMS sensor itself, so the hardware element, to the application, we provide, let's say, software solution at all levels. First one is for sure the generation of drivers. Drivers are the basic software element that allows you integrating the sensor in any system. Then, of course, we can also develop the full, for example, full firmware for our boards, or support customer in developing their firmware on their own platform. And also we support them interfacing our sensor with the leading operating system, or let's say also proprietary operating system they are using. And we do it, for example, with this hardware abstraction layer. And then on top of these software elements, we of course we develop also algorithms. So as a MEMS sensor division, we focus mainly on algorithms that can run inside the sensor node. So it means algorithms that can run inside, for example, the host MCU or processor, but even inside the sensor itself. And again, is what we saw during the academy. So where we enabled basically we work together generation of a in-sensor algorithm for human activity recognition, for example. On top of everything, of course, then there is the last part, which is the user interface. And here we also develop a solution which ranges from desktop application, mobile application, and then up to the cloud and web-based application. So really 360 degrees offer also in terms of software. Yeah, last slide, Nicoletta. So here is, okay, where you can find us. As you know, now sensors are really everywhere. So you can find them in personal electronics devices, such as smartphones and PCs, tablets, but also in your wearable devices, in your smart homes. And but we also address also applications which are in the context of the automotive. So car sensorization is has increased a lot in the last period, and we are supporting it with our sensors. Of course, we are in the industry, and finally, as I said, we are also introducing new sensor families more related to biometrics and what relates with the healthcare. So sensors are really everywhere. So before concluding, yes, as Nicoletta was saying, we have also these open positions in our team if you are interested in working with us, and we will be glad to get in touch with you. Okay, that's conclude my part. Nicoletta, I don't know if Danilo is on the line.
Danilo should join, should be here.
Okay.
Yes, Nicoletta, just a second that I will share. Ciao. I will share on the screen. A second, my PC today is a little bit low.
Yeah, we cannot hear you very well, Danilo. It's quite low.
Yeah. It's also slow, the PC.
We can see the slides.
It's the mouse that is getting quite slow. By the way, now it's by the way, first of all, good morning to everyone. My name is Danilo Pai, and I work for System Research and Applications, which is the System R&D branch central organization in ST Microelectronics. In particular, I am responsible for the development, conception and development of the so-called ST AI unified core technology, which is at the core of every tool that ST develop and which is exploited in the product group tools serving the real product. So this technology essentially is shown here in this slide, and is a technology that does automated conversion of the trained neural networks into code that is deployable efficiently on various types of products, which means microcontrollers for IoT, for automotive sensors, the one that Marco is responsible of. And these tools are composed by various technologies which are quite similar to technology that are used in modern compilers. However, this achieves essentially interoperability with, let's say, deep learning frameworks, interoperability with off-the-shelf compilers, and also allows quite high productivity. And therefore, with this tool, we brought essentially to the machine learning engineer some capabilities that are typical of embedded system engineer. So what are the skills that are important imagine that I would like to hire someone. So what kind of skills on AI development, what kind of skill I'm looking at? Well, depending on the profile, if it is, if he or she is meant to work on applications, then should be proficient on C programming, Python programming, and know about machine learning. Machine learning means use what are the popular deep learning frameworks, such as the one that generate mixed representation, Keras, PyTorch, TensorFlow Lite, and the like. As you understood, my core competencies on tool production, and therefore the competencies that are needed to write tools that serves product for the purpose I just mentioned are object programming, Python, C++ programming, and also on top of the machine learning I was mentioning, compiler techniques, because some methods which are used by the code generator are proper of compilers, so graph handling and constant foldings and many other, memory allocation, many others, as well as the capability to handle reconfigurable hardware. And this also implies to have some hardware knowledge. Then, if one is interested to go very close to the product, then start to be more expert on firmware development, which means to take advantage of C knowledge, machine learning, also techniques to develop firmware for reconfigurable hardware, and also know about hardware. And then this is another thing that another profile that we have in our organization is hardware expert. Hardware expert because you know that tiny artificial intelligence can run on resource-restricted devices such as microcontroller and sensor. However, hardware acceleration is needed, and design of the hardware ends with key concepts such as neural processing unit and in-memory computing, and therefore knowledge of digital design, hardware description language, VHDL, Verilog, and also capability to design reconfigurable hardware is of paramount important. These type of profiles are the ones that are in our organization, and are profile that from time to time we also hire in our organization, which is aimed essentially to give early access to the company to new solutions that will solve new problems, especially in the field of tiny machine learning, tiny artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, which is focused on devices low power, 1 milliwatt below, and with a very limited amount of memory and computing capability. Any questions? I am happy to answer to them.
Okay, Marco, I think from ST
it's all
done.
okay. Thank you. Just to be sure. So I think Danilo, if you can, great, thank you. I think it's now we are going to have 30 minutes more or less for a Q&A session. So just to ease the conversation, because I know that maybe for the students it's not going to be so easy to ask questions or for the company to start over. No, I got it. So Thomas, please go ahead, so I can skip my questions.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I mainly have one question in mind. By the way, thank you guys for the presentation and for seeing the people we already met at the academy, talking a little bit more about competencies. I'd actually want to understand specifically a bit more from ST if there is any restrictions on, I know this is a very specific question, but if you guys have any restrictions on people who are not Europeans working in these sensitive areas, because I know things are moving really fast in the semiconductor industry. I don't know if there's any kind of restrictions on security wise or anything, how would that work?
I can answer no. I just hired people from India. They were students from Politecnico di Milano. I have people also from South America, and people from Iran. I have a visiting PhD from Iran. No, what it matters is the individual and the skill, the interest and the passion. and obviously if he likes to work in the team and do the things we do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know, Thomas, if you saw the slides from Nicoletta, you see ST is really everywhere, and we work with people all around the world, and in our teams we have, as Danilo said, people from everywhere, so no problem at all.
And we promote
Thomas,
diversity.
just to tell you another thing, I was the only one in Agrate to hire a Muslim. And one difficulty that I faced was to find a place to allow him to pray, because at noon he had to pray. And I provided a place to the guy to respect his religion and to allow him to pray. And I was the first one in ensuring this in Agrate. So definitely there is no restriction.
Yeah, we deeply promote diversity and inclusion also through these practical actions.
All right, thank you.
Yes, the same in Accenture. As a global company, we promote absolutely diversity and comprehensive way of working with all ethnics, all kind of people, and all orientation within the same team.
Just to add a few words about Thomas, I mean, poor guy. I don't think that he was not sure that you were all promoting diversity. I think it was more specific on security reason for some security specific task. I don't know, for as an example, if some of the customers that you are working with are working nationwide security and this kind of stuff, it may be that sometimes foreign students may not work because they are not resident in the country where the work has been developed. So I think that one was your question, Thomas, right?
Yeah.
If I may add another thing, Thomas, we don't, in ST, we don't see AI as a threat. I know there is a lot of discussions in the community about artificial intelligence be a threat. There are latest news on OpenAI, and this matters. But the way we understand, the way we do artificial intelligence has nothing to do with any threat. It's a new methodology to design application, hardware, software, and we understand the fundamentals. The challenge is to make it tiny and not using hundreds billions of parameters, and because that's not affordable, it will not scale and other things.
Great. So any other question from the students? Thomas,
If no one,
you
if
can
no
go
one has
ahead
another
if
question,
you
I
want.
can.
Absolutely. You can shut as many questions as you want. You can drop on them as many questions as you want.
All right, thank you. So specifically now, this first question was more focused on, it was more across the board, but something a bit more focused on actually Accenture. On the people from ARISTON like STM, they mentioned a bit more how your career may progress when you get in the specific areas you may be working on. I was curious to how would this, for example, navigating across this structure you mentioned, you guys mentioned actually work in terms of, for example, starting with engineering, but then moving, say, in Industry X, but then moving or experimenting, you could say, in the more business side of things, and then coming back, like going back and forth. How would working across these different facets of the product development happen in terms of, is there the possibility for people to explore working in different areas across during their career?
Yes, starting from the principle that in a consulting company you can work on different areas of our offering and with different industry. I mentioned that we work on more than 40 industries. Specifically in Industry X, we have a function that is called analyst pool. When you enter in Accenture, you will be an analyst. Analyst, it means is an engineer that wants to understand what is the best role that he can hold in the company. So when you are in this analyst pool, you have the possibility to work on different projects in completely different industries, move from one role to another role, and try to have the best fit between your career ambition, your skills, and the organization. After 18 months, you will be deployed from the analyst pool to a part of the organization that could be more focused on the business part, understand the business process, propose new business model, and so on, or more on the technical part that are more focused on build the solution. So you usually have 18 months to better understand how Accenture works, how we serve our client, and what is your best fit for your career ambition. This is called analyst pool. It is an innovative function that we have built in Italy as first country all over the world, and then also other countries are applying the same mechanism. Just to give to a new joiners from the university the possibility to find the best position in the company.
All right, thank you.
Welcome. Just let me also complain. So in this function, you will work with different projects, but we also can progress with your career. We have different. We have a fast career path in which you start from analyst, you became consultant, then manager, and senior manager, and the moving from one part, from one level to another level, is performed reaching the goals that are the results that are assigned to you. So you will be part, if you join Accenture, you will be part of a wider team that help you to understand and grow your competencies, your skill, your academic skills, and in the meanwhile you are measured based on your results that you are performing. Does it answer your question, Thomas?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Welcome.
So I would like to ask all the speaker from the different companies if they can have a look to the chat, because there is a question for them. So I think that we can go in the same order of the talk, and having first Accenture, then ARISTON, and then ST to answer Federico's question about the possibility to develop new skills and knowledge inside their companies. So Marco,
yes.
if you want to go ahead.
Yes. So basically, let's start from logistic aspect. You are requested, if you join Accenture, you are requested to perform a certain number of training every month according with the career level. So learning is continuous, is a fundamental part of your career from the first days until you are a part of the leadership. So everyone should always learn. About the learning part, in Accenture we have a specific person that assists your career. It is called people lead. That is different from the supervisor, that is your boss, basically the responsible of your activity. The people lead could work probably could also work in different projects from you, but is responsible to assist you in defining the right learning path according with the technology that that are most useful for your activities and for your personal growth. So these are the two main aspects. First of all, training is part of your day-by-day activities. You have a certain number of hours every month to be spent on training. Second one, select the right training is open conversation that you have with a specific person inside the company that assists you in following the right training path.
I can continue so with ARISTON
Yep.
to
I don't know
answer.
if Angelika or Monica would like to.
Yeah.
to proceed on that?
Yeah. Monica, if you want to integrate, feel free. So on my side, just to complete what I shared also during my speech, obviously in the company, as mentioned, there are a lot of initiatives. So starting from the more theoretical and classical one with the learning platform that we developed within ARISTON, which is of course a platform, that helps us to assign specific courses, specific trainings, and it's a platform compared to a kind of library of different courses, materials, articles, and many different topics that our employees can have access to and benefit of in terms of also materials and training. Apart from that, obviously based on specific aspirations, interests, and career path that we are designing together with our employee, we work with managers and business leaders to plan a budget and plan technical and more specific trainings delivered by eventually external organizations, because obviously within the company we are not able to cover all topics, and those that are mostly interesting for technical individuals, generally speaking, are mainly delivered by external organizations. So from that point of view, starting from the beginning with basics, some obligatory trainings, some additional trainings, we have also the HR function responsible for people learning and talent and development, which is also working every year on the learning offer. We as HR managers are somehow monitoring also the progress, monitoring the reaction of our employees, because in many cases they don't find time, they are not available. So we try somehow also to push them and motivate them to dedicate some time for learning activities.
Also in ST, there's a strong focus on training, on what we called learning development, which is led by a specific role and group within the HR, but we also strongly leverage on training on the job, because while interacting with professionals also coming from different background, you can learn. So again, there's a set of courses that are mandatory, and then you can choose between a very rich catalog of learning courses, both that are held remotely or face-to-face, and they cover several areas, from the ones related to the hard skills to the ones more connected to the soft one. So again, sorry, but the answer is almost similar to the other companies, but because every one of us, I think that invest in people's and employees' learning and skills in general.
Yeah, let me integrate a little bit more. So in ST, anyway, we have already, let's say, large, let's say, set of skills that we can also, let's say, we organize moments where we do, for example, knowledge sharing, where we have our technical staff members that gives the trainings and help of also, let's say, younger talents and colleagues. And we have also for sure opportunity also on our side when needed. We have also enabled in the past some trainings and courses with third parties, so we can organize them, and we have in this catalog that Nicoletta mentioned. Also, let's say some of these trainings are really organized by with professors also of various universities, including Politecnico di Milano. So yeah, we have also this kind of cooperations. And then everyone, yes, can, let's say, try to guide the way, so the arguments and the topics is more interested in, and yeah, there are many solutions.
Thank you all. And it seems we do have two more questions, one again from Thomas and one from Federico. So is there any PhD residence program, like being hired by one of you and pursuing the PhD while starting working with you? And the second one from Federico, let me see. Okay, it was a thanks for the answer. So it was not a second question. So what about a PhD career while working with you? Is there something that can be considered, something that can be done?
Maybe I can take this one. It's, currently in ARISTON Group, we have 4 PhDs with different institutions. So a couple with Politecnico di Milano, which we are partnering with since years. And so it's an established, let's say, method where we cooperate in truly deeply projects related to concrete activities that are ongoing in the companies. And now we are basically also activating 2 new PhDs with another institution. Angelika mentioned our strong presence in the northern part of Italy. But also we are present with our historical headquarters in the region Marche. And so we are partnering with a big university there, and we are activating 2 PhDs. The aim of this project is really to allow students and graduates to work on real projects. So in most of the cases, like I would say 99% of the cases, you will be working in a project that will come live in the future.
So Thomas, just to clarify one thing, were you kind of more interested in asking with respect to doing a PhD in conjunction with a company, or more a PhD executive? So being hired by a company and while hired doing the PhD, because there are 2 different things, just to be sure.
To be really honest with you, I don't know enough about after graduating. I mean, if there's like the 2 opportunities to like go on into the 2, that would be great. Well, yeah, I'm doing my master, basically like thinking about possibilities, you could say. So yeah.
Okay, great. So also for the company, there are these 2 different opportunities. One is, the student is going to be, or she's going to be a PhD in Milano with a professor, and the tuition or whatever, or the research topic is going to be had in conjunction with the company, or the other way around. It can be someone that is already working for the company, not even a new student, that is willing to pursue a PhD career. So that is the PhD executive. So we do have the 2 bidirectional flows.
Just to confirm that in ST, of course, we have co-founded PhDs and executive PhDs, but just to mention also that if you have your PhD just with the university, you can decide, however, to do an internship during your PhDs. Generally, it lasts from 6 to 1 year. So there's these additional opportunities in case, at least in ST.
I think it was 6 months, because otherwise it's going to be 6 years. It's going to be definitely too long
Sorry.
for a PhD in
Yes,
Italy.
1 year from 6 to 12
No,
months.
no problem. Just to clarify for the students, because otherwise they can be scared to death.
Yes.
Yes, sorry.
And what about this opportunity with Accenture? Is there any opportunities like that?
Yes, there are both the opportunities. So the most used the second one. So the student is hired by the company, and in the meanwhile is hired, spend part of the time of his day-by-day activities to work on topics selected by the PhD, while he's working also on the on a client project. The topic will be also combined, and they can work on both on the same topic if it is agreed with the universities as well. So in theory, both of the options are allowed. The second one is the most used from people.
Great, thank you. Is there any other question or curiosity from the audience? Let's see. There we go. I'm sorry, I have to call you Figini because there is not the name. So internship for bachelor. So that is another really hot topic. What about what the company that we do have here are thinking about bachelor students? So is it a timing which is worthy for them to apply for an internship, or they do have to wait for the master years? And then we are going to proceed with the other two questions that we have in the chat. I don't know if Ariston is willing to go first, then we can go for ST and
yeah, of course. I think that in nowadays job market, the fight for profiles, and especially with key competencies in, and we are talking about a very sensitive area here, engineering, electronics, and specifically regarding this academy, I think it's really important to explore all opportunities. So bachelor is definitely one opportunity that companies have, and I would say ARISTON Group is also targeting those. I think that, as Angelika explained before, it's not only a matter of key technical competencies that you can acquire throughout an educational path, but it's really a lot about soft skills. And I think that even though a bachelor could be considered a little bit minor compared to a master degree, what really matters is the approach, the mindset, and the willingness to become part of a corporation and apply what are your passions and deliver at your best. And as we said, we are promoting learning, continuous learning in the company. I think the master degree could be compared to a couple of years in the company, and then maybe you have the time to get back to school and university and let's say increase even further your abilities.
let's continue with ST and then with Accenture.
Okay, so as I show you also in the slides, there are opportunities also for students with bachelor degree. Could be either some kind of working collaboration or just an internship, a curricular internship. In that case, maybe the timing, the whole internship should last less than 6 months. We are around 3-4 months, just because the number of credits is different, but definitely there is space for collaboration also for this kind of academic path.
Just to be sure, because to avoid confusion with respect to the students, they do have to have the bachelor, which means that they are at the master level, or it's not required to have the bachelor and they are enrolled in the bachelor degree to apply for the internship.
It is enough to be enrolled at the bachelor,
okay, right.
So they don't have to have their degree.
Thanks.
Yes,
Marco?
also for Accenture, you have a career path that start with bachelor's degree. So if you have a bachelor degree, you can hire it with a specific career path. You can working in Accenture and then study for the master degree in parallel. This is also another opportunity. We offer internship for bachelor student. The duration is usually 3 months. That in some cases can be done in 6 months, and then at the end you will be hired in Accenture with a specific career path.
Great. We do have also another question from Thomas. Thomas, you are the man. You are definitely the one under the spotlight. It was basically interesting in knowing how much of extracurricular activity are going to be considered as value with respect to a kind of a standard curricula. So I like to try to extend it a bit. What if instead of having a student completing in 2 years the master, you're going to have someone that maybe is going to take 6 or 8 months more, but is going to provide you a curricula extended with extracurricular activity? Is going to be a good decision or not to be involved in these kind of activities with respect from a company perspective?
Well, I can again start first. I would say these are even more appreciated. I think that extracurricular activities could really define what is the personality, the character behind a student. And as I always say, you're out there, you are many, and you need to differentiate yourself from the others. And this could be the way to differentiate from the others. So those are really welcome.
Great. Then maybe we can go in the reverse order. So Marco and then ST.
Yes, for sure. Also in Accenture, all the extracurricular activities that enhance your skills, your technical skill are considered as a plus. When you work with Accenture, we have an extended ecosystem in which you have to interact with clients, with stakeholders, with other companies in an extended environment. So the most of curricular activities has helped you to implement and extend your soft skill are considered as a plus, in addition to your technical skill that you have acquired during a career path.
Also for us, the answer is quite similar, but because truly extracurricular activities are an investment on your professionalism. So they are strongly promoted and valued where they are.
We are reaching the end of this 2-hour academy. So we do have, well, we have, let's say that this is going to be the last one, but we can also collect, I mean, as I was also writing in the chat, we're going to collect the slides and the recording is going to be online on the YouTube channel and share with the students, so that not only the one that were able to attend, but those others that are willing to have more information can reach you out. And we can also collect questions from the students and share them with you offline with respect to the academy, because unfortunately we are time constrained. But it seems that we're going to raise a lot of questions. And thanks to God, it's not even the last time in which we're going to meet, but we're going to have a meeting in December. But I'm going to let Francesca then to provide more details on how the academy is going to continue. So let's see what Ivan is asking. More a logistic perspective, so the kind of a time frame that is going to be required and the time that is going to last from the interview to when they're going to, well, he's saying from when I'm going to be hired. So that's the kind of attitude that I like to see. But let's say from the interview to the time in which they're going to have a response and possibly to be hired. So that I think that this is kind of a try to see how to organize and match their study time frame with the thesis that they have to write and defend, and when is going to be the best time to reach out to companies, so that they are not going to be too in advance and maybe skipping the opportunity, or not too late. I hope that I got it properly, Ivan.
Yes, thank you. Like I wrote because I'm in a noisy environment, so yeah, perfect.
Totally understandable. Thank you. No problem.
Okay, we start if you agree with the answer of these questions. I usually answer this question with my experience. I was hired in Accenture in 2 days from the first interview until I have received the proposal, the binding proposal. It was in 2010, and I was already working. Usually, we have 3 steps of interview. First one is a first job interview with our recruiting team, with Matteo's team that is here in the call. The second one is a technical interview with one of our managers that we go deeper in understanding your skills and your willingness how you want to progress in your career. And the third one is the final interview with the director of our division. For example, I hold all the interview of the last step for all the new joiners in the embedded software areas. We usually do these 3 steps for a master degree employee in 1 or 2 weeks at least. Then you have the you will be in a couple of days you receive the proposal. So a recruiting path could last from 1 to 3 weeks at maximum. For internship, we have only 1 step, so the internship could be 1 week. The interview period. It depends from case to case, but usually we are very fast in make the recruiting path and make you the proposal.
Great, thank you. What about ST? And then we are going to close with ARISTON.
We don't have specific time frames, just because every selection process is different from the other. Just to underline one thing, maybe in our website there are not too many internships proposals in our website, but this is because we really want, in case, to build the thesis proposal and the thesis project with you. So it means that you can not just apply to an internship proposal such as the one that Marco has opened. I will try to share it in a few minutes, but you can also send us your CVs, a sort of internship proposal. Of course, it has to be technical and innovative in the field, but we can work with you in order to find the best commission, the best technical group who can support you in this field.
Yeah, just to complement this. So yeah, the open position you have is in fact for an internship for a master thesis. So can you do it with us? Yes, of course. That's also the next question. And yeah, what we do usually is an initial interview where we, let's say, get in touch and we know each other, what are our expectations, what we want to do. And then if on both sides we are okay, we proceed with the second step, which is a technical interview. And then after it is just a matter of defining the argument of the thesis and the project we want to work on together and start it. So in a few weeks it can start. There are not, it's also asking for specific periods. So no, we do not have any preference. So every month is fine for us. And we can agree then when we want to start the internship based also on your needs, with your exams and what you are doing and to complete your path in the academic path.
And I can end by just adding, I think our approach are really similar to Accenture and ST Microelectronics. But what I can add is that this kind of relationship and cooperation that we build with the university is really aimed at connecting with you to understand what your projects and your willingness to cooperate in an innovative project is, because we can also work together and to design a project where you can develop your thesis. And so I think this is a great opportunity, and we work a lot with that.
Great. I think that it's now time to end, unfortunately, this interesting open lesson. I'd like to thank all the speakers from ARISTON, Accenture, and STM. Just a short note with respect to the final note that the students were asking. I mean, the only difference in between the thesis with the advisor, the thesis without the advisor, that is the so-called tesina. It's not a small thesis, it's just the thesis without the advisor, without the review process. So that's the thing. is not if you are going to do it in a company or not, or if you are going to do it in a corporate or in another one. It's because of the work that you are going to do. So it's not really important if you're going to be an intern or not, and the work that you're going to do as a thesis is going to be for the internship or not. But it's with respect to the novelty that can be introduced. So you can be even in a big corp doing standard engineering work, and that is not going to count as a full thesis. You can be in a startup and doing some crazy and amazing work, and that can count as a thesis. You can even not do it as an intern, and you can do a thesis. So it does really depend on the things that you're going to do. So do just the things that you like the most and be happy. Try to be happy and find your perfect location with all the opportunities that we are sharing with you, also because of this academy. So Francesca, now it's your turn, and to guide us to the next amazing steps that we are going to have in December.
Yes, thanks, Professor. Thanks all. Guys, for who attended the Academy, remember the final events on 13 on December. So we can see again on campus at Leonardo campus. You receive all the information by email. And for all students attended today, all students at Politecnico in target for this academy, you receive an email because we have a recruiting session with Accenture, ARISTON Group, and ST Microelectronics on January, 18th of January. So you can see all the position connected to this academy. You can, of course, send your resume and after do an interview with the companies. So check the website, of course, the email, because I send all email for core service. And just one information useful for you if you want to looking for an internship for thesis like that. I suggest to check our website, the career service, because of course you can ask to the professor, but the company publish the job posting on our website, so you can find all the posting from company, and it's specific for you, for the student for Politecnico di Milano. So it's very useful. Just a suggestion, of course. So thank you all, and for any information, I'm here at Politecnico, so you can write to me.
Okay, thank you all once more, and this is it. Bye.
Good weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.